morning. My name is Tito Jackson, and I have the honor of serving as the District 7 Boston City Councillor. I represent all of Roxbury, including Franklin Park, Dorchester from Upham's Corner to Franklin Park, parts of the South End, Fenway, and Mission Hill. I'm here to address an important, urgent, and timely issue: the transparency of Boston 2024, their Olympic Committee, and the bid. We can't allow ourselves to be led by our emotions and excitement without factoring in the financial realities and the risk of a potential 2024 Boston Olympics. As I have said before, this process is similar to getting into college. We've received our acceptance letter. I am again calling on Boston 2024 to show us the financial aid package. We deserve to understand what was promised to be delivered by the taxpayers of the City of Boston without the consent, oversight, or collaboration of the Boston City Council, the legislative branch of the city government. Our body, unlike any of the staff and the members of the Boston 2024 staff or committee, is elected and charged with the financial stewardship, guidance, and protection of the tax dollars of the citizens of the City of Boston. We are Boston. It is that charge, responsibility, and accountability that led me to demand full and complete transparency of chapters 5 and 6, which are entitled Political Support and Bid Budget. The drawing of beautiful buildings and venues has been very impressive, but the important part of the winning bid 1.0, is the financials. No intelligent business person, especially not one as savvy as those involved in this bid, would do a business deal without all available financial information. So why are you asking the citizens of Boston and the Boston City Council to go forward without complete disclosure? I am disappointed that Boston 2024, a group of individuals who no one has elected, would make financial promises, commitments, and speculations on behalf of the City of Boston and have the audacity to tell us it is none of our business. Look at bid 2.0 because that is the most current. Sorry, Boston 2024. You don't get to tell our body, our city, or our constituents what to do, when to do it, and how. We are Boston. My coach always told us that you practice like you play. If Boston 2024 is unwilling to disclose information prior to our getting the IOC designation, then it is hard to fathom what will be the case after they receive it. As a Boston City Councilor, I have a mandate, responsibility, and I have a right to see any document that makes a financial commitment on behalf of the City of Boston. Promises were made to the United States Olympic Committee on behalf of the taxpayers of the City of Boston without the full vetting, inclusion, and the voice of the people of the City of Boston. And we deserve and demand full knowledge of what those promises are, and in particular, the promises that are in the winning bid 1.0, specifically those that are financial and relate to city planning. It is important that we are prepared to make economic sense of what this bid means to Boston. We are Boston. Boston is a great city. It's the best city in the world. But Boston is a city that has needs that are current and important today. The Boston Public Schools are over $700 million behind in deferred maintenance and repairs. Several schools were shuttered this past year, and nearly 150 individuals who used to work for the Boston Public Schools no longer have a job. Madison Park Vocational Technical High School, our only vocational high school, is now trying to turn the corner, but it's been financially neglected for years. Our homeless population is reported to have increased 25% in the City of Boston. We are currently experiencing a huge surge in gun violence on the streets of Boston. We cannot afford to have Olympic overruns that cost us our future investment in educating our youth, housing, economic development, or our public safety. We deserve to know how these promises will affect Boston today and tomorrow. We are Boston. To be clear, I am not anti-Olympics. I am simply pro-Boston. We work daily for a Boston that meets the needs of all Boston's residents, especially those who are underserved. It must be noted that neither bid 1.0 or 2.0 addresses the majority of the city of Boston, which is over 53% people of color, based on the 2010 census data. It makes no commitment to the robust diversity and inclusion programs needed to see full inclusion for businesses owned by people of color, women, and veterans. Last week, Boston 2024 submitted a 2-page letter instead of chapters 5 and 6 as I requested. You have disappointed, disregarded, and disrespected all other efforts to acquire the full winning bid, including unredacted copies of chapters 5 and 6. Well, that stops today. Today, minutes ago, I have submitted to the city clerk, Maureen Feeney, a summons that would begin the process of the Boston City Council subpoenaing the full unredacted bid 1.0, including chapters 5 and 6. Boston has been called the city on a hill, the cradle of liberty, the cradle of modern America, and the Athens of America. It is our job to protect that city on a hill and ensure that it's open to all. It is our job to protect the cradle of liberty and not allow the liberty to be rocked out of the cradle. It is our job to protect the Athens of America and ensure the ideals of democracy, fairness, and financial prudence are not lost by giving away our voice today. By giving away our voice today for an unknown promise of tomorrow. Boston welcomes the world every day. Our colleges, our businesses, our sporting events, and our communities. We are caretakers of a legacy. So why would the consideration of the Olympics be any different? Thank you for your attendance today. Any questions?
Has this been done before? Do you know that the subpoena can actually get it?
Has a subpoena been given to an Olympic committee before?
No, well, has the city council successfully subpoenaed documents like this?
The city council, based on Massachusetts general law, has the power to subpoena documents and actually bring people before our body. We will be exercising our legal powers based on Massachusetts general law to get these documents and to provide transparency for the city of Boston. And in all honesty, we shouldn't have to subpoena them. These documents that are representations of commitments that are being made on our behalf should be actually open to every member of the community in the city of Boston. We shouldn't have to waste paper or ink or time to get this information.
Are you aware of the subpoena in Cambridge?
What's up?
Are you aware of the subpoena in Cambridge?
I did see on Twitter that members of the Cambridge City Council are thinking about doing this. Ours is actually filed right now. Again, this is about complete disclosure, and this will affect the future of all neighborhoods and communities in Boston and around Boston. And so I welcome all those who want to join us in this fight for disclosure.
Are your colleagues on the council behind you on this?
We will see, because we will actually have to take a vote as a whole on the council to move this forward. And I look forward, our body has always been a body of disclosure. Our body has fought for transparency, and we just had our budget hearings. We approved a $2.8 billion budget. We had over 30 budget hearings to approve a $2.8 billion budget. The budget that we're talking about here is north of $14 billion that people are asking our city government and the people of the city of Boston to provide a guarantee for. We need to see the financials. We need to see them now. and without that, I can't fathom how you could support this bill.
Have you heard anything else from Boston 2024 other than just their initial reply?
I have not heard from Boston 2024. I did get a letter on Friday, which I've posted to the public, giving the transparency that we get as a council. The letter basically said that they were not going to release the information. I would welcome a call, a visit from them. And I would hope that that visit means that they're going to be bringing chapters 5 and 6. And if they want, we can have somebody from our office to go over and get them.
Can you describe the process? Will this have to go before a committee? Will it have to be approved there? So does this have to go through Linehan's committee?
The process is that it would have to be brought to the committee as a whole, which is actually the City Council, and be voted on. It would actually be required to go through the committee. There's not a mandate around the hearing, but it does require a vote of the committee as a whole, which means the entire Boston City Council.
And so you need a simple majority of...
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When would that be scheduled? When would that be scheduled? Is that up to the president's office?
That is at the discretion of the president. I would hope that we would expedite this process in order to move this forward. It is absolutely critical, and there are dates that are coming forward that would need, I believe, the consent of the council and the knowledge that would be included in the bid document.
I didn't hear, so you said it has to get a hold of the committee, which is the whole city council.
The committee as a whole, yes, which is yes, ma'am.
And have you discussed this with Council President Linehan at all?
I have let Council President Linehan know that I will be moving this forward.
And do you know, was he receptive to it? Does he support it?
I can't speak on Council Linehan's support. He is knowledgeable about the movement forward on this.
What have you heard from your constituency about this?
The constituents that I've spoken to have been very happy and supportive, simply about understanding as much as they possibly can. You cannot make an intelligent decision about what you don't know. Beautiful buildings, that is great. We have a lot of beautiful buildings in the city of Boston. But what is absolutely critical is that we understand the numbers. We understand, is there a financial burden on the taxpayers of the city of Boston? And what was promised to the U.S. Olympic Committee in order for them to win the bid? Generally, in the Olympics, when you get a medal, which I believe the designation is a medal, you generally try to show it off. You try to show as many people, and then they usually do the biopics on how you got asking for. I don't believe it's too big of a lift. It's too big of an ask. This is simply what the people of the city of Boston, with the Boston City Council, who it's our job to look at the finances of the city of Boston, what we deserve.
So why do you think these chapters are being withheld?
I can't, well, once I find out what's in them, I'll let you know. I can't fathom why or how you would expect a body such as the Boston City Council to deliberate on a matter that is in their operating budget three times our current city operating budget without visibility and knowledge. And again, there are many business people involved in this process. None of them purchase a business. None of us are able to purchase a house without giving the bank all of our financials. So how is the city of Boston, how is the Boston City Council able to weigh a bid that is north of $14 billion without complete and full disclosure of the financial documents that support it?
Have you discussed the subpoena at all with the mayor?
I have not discussed the subpoena with the mayor.
All right, Councilor, you clashed with the mayor a couple of times on just over this term. Are you thinking about challenging?
Mayor Walsh is a friend of mine, and what we're talking about today is not about anyone in elected office. It's not about anyone in appointed office. It's simply about the people of the city of Boston and the taxpayers of the city of Boston who may be on the hook based on this Olympic bid and possible.
Council, what about we saw the Globe today, the Columbia Road plan, kind of re-ramp on your road between Dorchester, South Boston, and Kentucky?
Park. Is that you were aware that was part of the plan? Constituents any discussions on that?
Well, again, constituents in the neighborhoods that I represent have wanted to see transparency. Many of them are very, very concerned about how they could possibly be displaced. And in cities such as Atlanta, what you saw is 2,000 units of affordable housing knocked down and never put back up, and over 20,000 people who were displaced due to gentrification and displacement in that city. So the question is, what are we going to do in the city of Boston to ensure that the people who live in the city of Boston are even there 9 years from now in 2024? With a 25% spike in people who are homeless in the city of Boston right now, with the closure of Long Island and all of the issues around affordable housing, what are we doing today to deal with those issues right now? And also for those people who are going to be around after 2024, what are we doing to plan for them?
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much.